Mortensen, stop laughing over here. The Eagles are setting a very high price for Nick Foles. They want more than the first and fourth round picks they got from the Vikings for Sam Bradford before the 2016 season. So, LZ, should the Eagles still trade Nick Foles? Should.
Probably not until you at least get a chance to see what Carson Wentz looks like, because he is supposed to be the backup, and oh, by the way, he's a starter. So if Carson Wentz isn't ready to go week 1, week 2, week 3, if he doesn't look right week 4, you're going to have Nick Foles there to help you repeat as a Super Bowl champion.
I disagree with that take because there's short-term interest and long-term interest. Short-term, it looks like hold on to him for a couple of games in case Carson Wentz isn't ready. But long-term, think about it. If you get a first-rounder for this guy, if you could get real value for him, bye-bye, because we can have anybody plug the gap for a couple of weeks while we figure it out.
But you can trade in the middle of the season. You don't have to trade before the season begins. But then we reduce value.
They get anyone, especially on this team, which is built to win despite the quarterback. They've got Nate Sutherland, who they apparently love in the building. A couple games with him for a first-round pick.
Thank you.
No question you take that deal every time.
And they're locked into a lot of their best players as far as their contracts are concerned, and they've built one of the best teams, if not arguably the best team in football, not just because they won the Super Bowl, but when you look at the long-term prognosis and the projections for the team. So
LZ,
you can survive a few games.
Would you like to retract now?
No, NFL, not for long. Just because you have something right now doesn't mean it's going to be there for the long haul. I say that until you know for sure Carson Wentz is healthy, you keep the guy that just won the Super Bowl for you. You don't give him up because of what you may get later.
Did you learn from the Jimmy G situation when they said during the draft, potentially higher, first-round plus, and then you wait during the season, and they got to make a phone call to get a second-rounder, which is nothing to sneeze at, but not the same value.
But not the same QB. Here you have a great unknown in Jimmy G. Nick Foles is known. And yes, he has ups and downs, but his ups obviously are really, really high.
Okay, I'm going to let him live. Moving on. The Browns have 4 of the first 35 picks in the draft. I would love to play your team, LZ.
I won.
But that's not stopping Hugh Jackson from considering free agent quarterback A.J. McCarron, who he reportedly wants to sign. Mina, should the Browns sign McCarron?
Yes, but not for much and only as a bridge quarterback. This has to be part of a larger plan that involves drafting a quarterback, not Saquon Barkley, as we talked about the other
He's
day.
Not a QB.
Look, speaking of small sample size, you want to get even smaller. That's A.J. McCarron, right? He's 2-1, but that was with a very good Bengals team. He was worse than Andy Dalton. The idea that they would give him a multi-year deal is crazy. 1 year, reasonable price, fine.
You know what this reminds me of? Hugh has familiarity with him because he coached him, obviously, when he was with Cincinnati. But it reminds me of when John Snyder, the GM of the Seahawks, when he worked for the Packers, he went and signed Matt Flynn, who also had a very small sample size of 2 games, and we know how that worked out.
It didn't work out well. Give me some numbers to your reasonable contract. How much per year? What would you say?
I would like to go lower than what Mike Glennon got, which was 18, 19, somewhere in the mid-teens.
The unemployed Mike Glennon?
That's fine. Yeah, exactly. But, like, you know, the advantage of drafting a rookie quarterback is you don't have to pay him anything. You can spend that money elsewhere. But this team needs to win this year. They can't have that same horrible losing record. They need to advance, and they need a quarterback who's good enough to lift the players around him.
And that's why Hugh wants him, because he's got familiarity, and he's trying. It's self-preservation 101. If I can win a couple games, I can maybe keep my job.
Yeah, and think about it. That puts Hugh on the hook, because we say, look, you've won 1 game in 2 years. Good Lord, that's sorry. And then we're going to say, all right, you know what, Hugh? We're going to give you what you want so you can decide your own fate and fortune. And if A.J. McCarron's the answer at a reasonable price, like Mina said, okay, we'll give you that one-and-done year. But if he's not, both of y'all
Don't do it, Hugh. Don't do it, because he's not only the answer, he's also the question. You don't know what that really is either. So I would much rather just draft a rookie in that situation. If you're not going to get someone with more experience than his 2-2 in his career?
3 starts.
3 starts, 2-2.
Hold on, you said draft a rookie? You're doing the Jeff Fisher plan, and I called that out as soon as Jeff Fisher came to L.A. Yeah, I guarantee you Jeff Fisher going to draft a quarterback so he gets some more runway. And what happened? He got Jared Goff, and then they said, runway over. We don't care about what you drafted.
But there's a difference between Jeff Fisher and his offense.
But that whole runway reset, that's the old NFL where we're going to give you the reset button because you drafted a quarterback and we need you to groom him. We'll find somebody else to groom him. So be careful of that. Jeff Fisher tried to play that way.
I hear what you're saying, but if you're going to sign someone that's available, who's been in the league, to have someone who's actually played a significant number of games and not someone who's been in less than a handful of times.
He just drafted Deshaun Kaiser. What happened with that? Already? We're gone? We're done already?
Seems like it.
That's it?
He shouldn't have drafted him.
All right. Well,
too late now.
So you're saying they should move on?
10th overall?
Move on? All right, let's move on then. Cowboys, my Cowboys. Demacus Lawrence, he's a beast. Signed his 1-year franchise tender, which will pay him $17.1 million. But to Lawrence, this is just the beginning, telling reporters, quote, I feel like they have given me the opportunity to really break the bank next year. George, your reaction to Lawrence wanting to break the bank after signing a franchise tag?
Good for him, and he should absolutely feel that way because the 4 premium positions in the sport are quarterback, cornerback, left tackle, and pass rusher. And he's a pass rusher, and he's got 1 million sacks, and he's absolutely going to bank if he does it again.
He's got 1 million sacks, but most of them, almost all of them were last season, right? This is a 1-year successor, which is fine. He's 25 years old, and he will break the bank because he's coming off that franchise tag. He has the leverage of the next franchise tag. I don't know if it'll be with Dallas because they might have some trepidation over the small sample size.
And that was going to be my point is, yeah, you might break the bank somewhere, but I'm not sure if Dallas is going to be the place to do it because of what you're saying. They know that he just started to turn around. They're not quite sure if he's going to build on that. And, oh, by the way, that defense is going to need a lot more, and they're going to need a lot more money to help shore it up besides that one position.
I think the big fella knows what he's talking about when it comes to this.
I mean, look, coming out of college.
Did you break the bank?
He did.
In Dallas.
Multiple places. See, a lot of guys come out of college tomorrow, I want to win a championship. You know, man, I knew what I wanted. Eat. That was simple as that. And look, I love the way he's thinking because this is a new way of thinking. Think about it. Kirk Cousins, in the last 2 years, highest paid player in NFL history in terms of guarantees. Why? Franchise tag. This is a guy, like you said, 1 sack the year before. Then you show up with 14 and a half. Don't fight this franchise tag. Use that $17.1 million to galvanize you and springboard you to the next. And he has the best numbers on his side. Age and sack numbers. Yep. As long as you're under 30, getting double-digit sacks, eat. Respect to Demacus Lawrence doing that. And look at looks like me out there, boy. I mean,
in San Diego or Buffalo?
Oh, yeah, no.
Not Buffalo.
High school. Buffalo, San Diego.
Maybe Columbia.
Yeah, Columbia for sure.
These are some special moves right here, but it's going to be interesting once they game plan for him. Obviously, now this year it's going to be different.
I'll just say the one thing that makes me nervous is like the last big name that talked about breaking banks and back of the brink.
Don't say Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas. Don't wear the flip-flops. Whatever you do, DeMarcus.
Size between those two.
Coming up, the Grizzlies played a game last night with 4 undrafted players on the court. And a dude who didn't even have his own jersey on. Oh my God. Are the Grizz tanking a little too far, y'all? We'll discuss this
I know, but the ribs are still good.
They are.